Hello and welcome to chapter 242 of our streaming adventure. What I have on hand for you today, subscriber-driven content. Wednesday usually means that we are spinning the wheel. And in this case, what has come up has been decided to play ninjas. Now, the only real place I know of ninjas is in Legacy. Theoretically, I guess you could play it in Vintage, but that is not necessarily, I think, the right speed for ninjas. And so let's try to take advantage of these changelings that count as ninjas, and or Thopters, so a 0 mana creature that we can attack with, and then you're going to flip them into Yorion to be able to put cards in my hand and deal damage, or Ingenious Infiltrator will literally draw us cards as we work towards also being able to cash in Thopters into 4/4s and just kind of have like a proactive beatdown plan, like putting out a threat and then having the disruption of days and force and things like that. So I don't necessarily know how this will go, but it feels pretty straightforward. There are not a ton of results for this deck lately, so I had to scrape a couple different ones together. The first version I had an interesting sideboard juke of Leyline of the Void and Helm of Obedience, but I didn't necessarily think, it's not like we have Dark Rituals and things like that. It felt like Helm of Obedience is not that likely to ever be, not to be cast, but to be resolved, because we have 4, 7, 8, 9 mana producing lands here. Not a lot. So, well, what do you say we give it a shot? Trump into a Legacy League. Giddy up. Alright, my match disappeared over here. Let's bring it back. Wow, that was quick. So, round 1. Lost Styro. I definitely think this type of deck is benefited by being on the play. Like Days, things like that, getting a creature out, being able to ninjutsu. There's nothing here for me to ninjutsu away, right? Okay, here's an outcast. I don't have anything necessarily to follow it up, but maybe Ponder can find it. Worst case, I have Baleful Strix to follow up. I think what I'm going to pick here is I'm going to put Brazen Borrower back. Everything else I think I would rather have. Windswept Heath, go. I am unlikely to protect this too hard, but a lot of it is going to depend on, what is my opponent doing. Tundra. Yeah, I think we get Baleful Strix here. I mean, that's unfair, but I want to keep card flow going. So now I can attack, no blocks, flip in Yorion. The question would be, do you try to set that up first with Ponder? Maybe. That might be worthwhile. I think it'll depend on what I draw. Living Wish. I just had to quick look. How many cards does my opponent have in their deck? They have 60. They went and got an Uro. Okay. Another Force Will is pretty nice there. Question would be... Hey, thank you. All right. So, I like the idea of Ponder setting up what Yuriko is going to flip. But there's also the situation of, what if Ponder sees a bunch of cards I want? Should I have fetched beforehand? So I think I am going to fetch beforehand. Daze, Force of Will, Ornithopter. So, if I stack this so that I draw Daze, Yuriko will reveal Force of Will and shoot them. I think that's worthwhile. So, Ornithopter, then the Force, then the Daze. Daze is now in my hand. Go to attack. Is not unblocked yet, correct? No. I will return an unblocked attacker to pull off some ninjutsu stuff. We'll get him to Swords It. We'll daze that. Okay, Yuriko hits, flips Force of Will. And now I have double Force of Will. We'll draw Ornithopter. What are they putting back? They're putting back Prismatic Ending. They had an Uro that we knew about. I guess I could have fought over that for the 3 life, but it's more, I think I want to fight over the... Okay. So here are the cases: draw Ornithopter, and then we can look to set up again. Whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So theoretically, I could stack this, attack, hit them for 4. So we'll draw that. Ingenious Infiltrator is currently on top of the library, but we don't want the card underneath Ingenious Infiltrator, so... we'll hit him. Okay, Infiltrator's in my hand. We could now clear, have a pitch spell available in an emergency. This just gives me more potential attackers. But we still have Force of Will available to me. They know about the Underground Sea I picked up, and they know about Ingenious Infiltrator. Going down to 8, getting themselves a second green. So the question here, whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card. So this would have let me swing with multiple. Yikes. The thing about Uro there, Uro would have blocked Yuriko on the ground. Would that have been worthwhile? Yuriko down. We need a companion. Are we going to get... 1, 2... Play the one they know about, so I have Hardcast Force represented, even though I have used 3 of the forces. That's bad. Untap white and a green, or untap 2 green. This makes me think they don't have endurance. And just because of the potential to tuck, I am going to put Prismatic Vista into play. Just as a way to, let's say, freshen up the cards I might see. Uro's back. Up to 7. I might use the Vista anyway, just to have less potential to draw. Thinning the deck, if you will. Prismatic ending again. The third ending from them. Swords was played twice, that's right. They have used 3 prismatic endings and swords twice. Big bucks, no whammies. Come on, man. End step brainstorm. There definitely are multiple endings to this story. Well, I hope it's a surprise though. Like a ninja. See, that's on topic. Making sure. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There are too many angels. 4 angels? Oh, I only need 3 angels. I'm gonna keep this mana up for. I'm not sure. Maybe because they have a 3 mana spell. Knowing they have a 3 mana spell, don't tap all the way down, knowing that Teferi can untap. Well, there goes that idea. Hello, Vandwedge. All right, so all we need is to draw Psionic Blast, and we can hit them, and they're only at 4. Now the biggest problem I see with that plan is that I didn't put Psionic Blast in the deck. I mean, maybe we should, but we need our own miracle. That is for sure. A lot of these extra draws we've had are not just. It's not great, Bob. It's not great. Whatever, I got Death Touch. That's true. Please hold an extra card over there. That is all we can hope for. All right, misclick. Put 1 card on top. How unfair. Our opponent put 2 cards back. I don't know. These fetch lands. Well, no, they have Uro. So all they got to do is rebuy Uro here. What did I write? I wrote that my opponent's deck is Bant Miracles because I write down my matchup stuff. This is how I have all of my different stats and stuff, is because I wrote down that I'm on the draw. I'm going to lose game 1 here. I'll take 4. Dear Diary, chapter 242. We're playing ninjas for some reason. Go get the last fetchable land out of my deck. All right. Time to draw another blank. I didn't mean it. Well, there's the loss. Okay. So, what do we want? Back to basics. That will mess with our opponent. Force of negation. Now, force of negation would be for the sorcery speed. Well, that's prismatic ending, or Teferi, or miracles. We also could play Flusterstorm. Well, I think it's a case of So Flusterstorm, back to basics, force a negation, right? And we take out the snuff outs, the murderous cut, the fatal pushes. I cannot remember the last time the wheel gave it. I think we had a 4-1 with a wheel deck not too long ago. I could actually look the stats up. Okay, so if I want to bring in Flusterstorm and Back to Basics and Force Negation, and I'm cutting these removal spells, is there anything else I want to cut? I think getting Retrofitter Foundry online sooner will help. Thoughtseize effects. Yeah, I could see Brazen Borrower not doing as much either. Now, here's something. Do I want Surgical Extraction against Uro? Surgical Extraction, or do I want Thoughtseize? Are either of those useful? Because I still want to be able to have like a quick threat and then protect it. Is the fact that Yuriko's a legend not helpful? Or maybe the 4th Foundry? I don't know for sure that Surgical is what I want. Is it more, do I save Surgical just for like the reanimators out there? I think I can do this. Yes, I'd like to play first. All right, so we've got land, Retrofitter Foundry, land, another Retrofitter Foundry, two tap create, one tap create. And then I can pick those idiots up for this. I'll keep. They also kept 7. Terrific. Passed it. So this, I don't think it has to get me a swamp, but it should get me a swamp. Prismatic Ending? Nope. Ponder. Excuse me. No shuffle for the Ponder there. Ornithopter. So that's a 4/4 ready to go. Because of that, do I not deploy a new Retrofitter? No. Because tap, sacrifice Thopter means 4/4 on deck. Let's get another Retrofitter out there to be able to... Oh no, it's 2 to sack a servo. So in that case, I think I was supposed to keep Retrofitter in hand. Oh well. Do I want black mana? They don't have days. They could have swords. If they do have swords, by playing it now, it lets me force negation them. Force. Pitching a Narset. There's nothing about sacrificing a construct. Okay. Ha! Well, pass the turn here to get it all started all over again. So in that case, should I not have played the Retrofitter? Instead, I could have end-stepped, made a servo, have my Thopter and my servo go to my turn, do the ninjutsu. Yeah. One tap, make a Thopter from their puppet. One, make a Thopter. One, make a Thopter. I'm just going to go crazy with Retrofitter Foundries, apparently. Tap for something, please. Okay. That is true. I got a foundry. I've got multiple factories here. I'm a regular mogul. Let's tap that one too. Okay, they did not hit the land. So the question here is, I'm going to have stuff to do with mana on my turn. So instead, should I... If I do one... I could give myself a second servo right now. Or just go the whole way. That's true. I like that. Make them play the swords. Get them to cash in the swords, untap, back to basics, hope it sticks. Come up, Daze would be amazing. Draw! Close. Oh, come on! What a jerk. What a jerk. I'll draw another source so I can even bring Uro back. Living Wish to go get Kataki. Ugh. Well, so okay, so no. Pass turn. Pass turn, have opponent draw that other mana source to get Uro back out of the graveyard, and then I just get outclassed here. Jace, bounce your construct. Yep. The audacity to attack me. Take that. Now, what makes the most sense is you Jace Brainstorm to find your land. Yeah, and that's all you really need. Ooh, did not hit the land, but had a sword. What is it? What does it even matter anyway? Still had all these ponders. There's the land. We did. So, tons of removal and Uro. And Kataki's War Wage came in and shut down my manufacturing capabilities. On to the next one. What's really unfortunate is that our opponent was a Phantasmal Bear, and we could just never find the time to target them, so that they would have to be sacrificed. Maybe next time around. Like if that's a running joke here, Phantasmal Bear is the 1-drop. Phantasmal Drake is a 3. Phantasmal Dragon is a 4. How many different opponents could we run into? Phantasmal. Isn't it Phantasmal Bear? Oh, those are the ones that I own. My bad. Phantasmal Image, Phantasmal Bear, Phantasmal Dragon, Abomination, Dreadmaw, Terrain. 4? I thought it was Drake. No? There's a lot of phantasms out there, folks. A lot of phantasms. But how about round 2? Oh, I've tried. No more phantasms. There is a Yorion. Does that mean death and tax? But they've already mulliganed to 6. We have turn 1, Changeling Outcast, turn 2, Ingenious Infiltrator. I believe this is the combo. I do not believe I am not allowed to keep this. Basic Plains Aether Vial. Understood. All right. I would like to follow you. Should I have fetched? Yeah, I should have fetched. Okay. Ornithopter. Get Ornithopter back in play if we potentially find another Caracas. Oh, I dodged you. Oh. Skyclave Apparition. Umazawa's Jet. We could wait for them to equip and Fatal Push. No fear here. I guess they have a plan to block this. They only have 2 cards in hand. So, one, two, three, 1, 2. Could I stack it in? No, it has to deal combat damage for me to be able to draw. This is during the declare blocker's step. Okay. That's dirty. We could choose to let this happen and we just won't draw. Settle for my 2. Damage has been prevented. We will deploy a Changeling Outcast. Spirit of the Labyrinth really is putting a damper on this Brainstorm effect. And I'm glad they ticked Vial up to 3. Yep. They saved it. A new Ingenious Infiltrator. I mean, this is a fair amount of damage, too. Those are a nice lot of cards we would be able to draw. Let's see where they go with the Vial. Okay. Recruiter of the Guard. Go get something you can play off 3. Maybe Palace Jailer. Jailer 4. And then take up the Vial. Flicker Wisp. Stay at 3. Makes sense. Equip. I have no blocks for you. The more I'm thinking about it, I think Spirit is what needed to go. Draw 1, put 2 back. This Brainstorm, not the best. Declare blocks. Use Flicker Wisp. Blink the Recruiter. Draw not cards. We've done pretty good at drawing lands, though. I'll tell you what. Morph, just all Flicker Wisps. Sure. New Thalia. Draw 1, put 2 cards back. Doesn't seem great. Not gonna lie to you. And then Umezawa's Jit, being able to shrink my guys and have Thalia block them is also problematic. I don't think it's fair that we are the ninja deck and our opponent gets to have ninja equipment. I mean, am I right? So, Flicker Wisp in hand. Yeah. That's going nowhere fast. So, what do we want? I think these Plague Engineers will help. Null Rod for Aethervile seems kind of weak. I mean, it is something. We also could look at Null Rod would mess with my Retrofitter Foundries. It would turn off equipment as well, though. That is worth considering. Do I bring in the Null Rods and cut the Force of Wills? Just rely on... Or do you cut Days? Probably cut Days before Force of Will. What if we cut Force of Will, because our blue count has gone down. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I could see that. We have removal. Yeah. I think that is worth a shot. I still have no companion. Our opponent has Yorion. We have turn 1, 2 different ninjas. They mulligan to 6. Mulligan to 5. I could just force that. I mean, they already double mulliganed. That would basically generate so much mana for them. Murderous Cut, Ornithopter, Ponder. Could also just fire off another Ponder here. Do I even know what I want yet, though? Baleful Strix, Force of Will, Island. So we get one of them in our hand. Then we draw. So this. Pass turn. So in case they have something powerful again, I have Force of Will available to me. Like that. Pass turn. Still had all these. I think I mentioned that. Okay, apparently I yielded through the turn instead of playing a land. That's cool. I'm going to leave the Baleful Strix home so that if they try to swing in, Baleful Strix can eat them. Sure. I've got blocks. Kill. Removal spell. Close. It'd be great if I had another black mana. I guess couldn't they shrink it so that it doesn't deal combat damage? Yeah, I didn't think of that ability. That's tricky. Very tricky, them. And then they just have Caracas to bounce it. This isn't going great. So if this attacks, they could either bounce it or shrink it. I guess let's make them shrink it, right? Okay. So at least that is a use of the Jit. Oh, that's kind of what you sign up for here with a Wheel League. All we do is draw poorly. And or have our tempo deck has been on the draw twice. I'm sure that's been so compelling. Okay. on, man. Please, bounce it. I feel like we almost tricked them. It was very close to being tricky. They didn't fall for it. Okay, hold on. Jeremy, hold on. All right, let's see if we can do some shenanigans here. We're going to attack. They're doing it here so that I cannot use the ability. Makes sense. Like, they're going to have to use another, or they just bounce it. Bouncing it makes more sense. Shrink, so that I don't draw the card even. Shrink makes the most sense to me. Well, I thought I had shenanigans. Turns out I don't. I have Force of Will capable in my hand right now. And Mother of Runes is now online. Null Rod and Snuff Out. I cannot cast... Yes, I can. Ornithopter down. Well, that's terrible news. All right, so we die to that. Bum, bum, bum. This is looking like a real hot one. There. We can pull up data real quick to see all time in the stream tracker. Okay. Let's go to the end and work our way back up. 3-2, 3-2. Here's a 4-1. We went 4-1 with Singleton Lutri. That's not bad. We had a 4-1 with Ragavan. We had a 4-1 with Hammer Time. We also had some of these other ones. 5-0 in Pioneer. So, I mean, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Round 3. Hey, we won a die roll. We won a die roll and can't keep the hand. Here we go. So we go turn 1. Ornithopter with Brainstorm available. So this is a keep. They kept 7. In what case would I use it? I guess I don't want to deploy the Delta too soon, is my thought. In case, what if they go turn 1 Wasteland? Like, I would feel bad having deployed Underground Sea there. Tundra. Ponder. Shark. Not shuffle Ponder. I will attack. If you have no blocks, yoink. Attacks. Damage. We have a new Ornithopter. Pass turn. I do think Walsh made a good point. What about Ninja of the Deep Hours as more of a payoff? It's also a blue card for to pitch. It's not a bad idea. You know, it's a greater variety. Let's see what they do here. We're going to try for a swords. Okay. Well, based on that, I think the card I don't want is Murderous Cut. I could probably put Murderous Cut Island back. And then second main will have been down that. I can deploy Retrofitter Foundry and Changeling Housecast. Resolves. Big Zips. Big Zips. So the thing is, it's not like I really want to get in depth with ninjas. It's more each week every time you subscribe or resubscribe, you get put on the wheel, and then we spin the wheel, and when it comes up, you get to give me a single card strategy, an archetype, a format you want to see played, and then your opponent starts to pay mana or pay life. I swear I just saw it. So it's not like, man, I really want to play ninjas. It's, no, somebody wants me to play ninjas. So that's kind of how this goes. Like, next week is Green Sun Zenith. And by telling me that I'm going to play Green Sun Zenith, I then get to choose how to implement that. That's supposedly the interesting part. Nice. Okay. So of these two, I think I'm going to cash in the Ornithopter because the other one is always unblockable. Okay. Let's send the team. Yeah, the wheel is meant to kind of get my viewers involved with what I'm going to play on the stream. Look at me, I'm Team 4-4. We might kill somebody. Dear FBI guy watching the stream, that didn't mean what you thought it meant. Brainstorm Terminus. As I throw my creatures haphazardly into play. Here, I'm just trying to put on some pressure for 8, 9, 10, 11. See if it's good enough. They brainstormed, but did not feel the need to crack the fetch. They're like, God, bless America! I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed! I don't want this Ornithopter in my deck. Oh, cool. Bant Miracles again. Any order, I don't really care. Hey, thank you for the subscription. What we will do is, after I have a running list of subscribers, and so I will make sure we get you on the wheel. 2 to make it, 3 to untap it. So I can't do it fast enough yet, but I can get something going. Actually, since I really don't need to pay too much attention on what's going on the other screen, I will open the document and add you to the wheel right now. Actually, I think Steve... So you subscribed... Sven subscribed 20 days ago, which is that one. Okay. What is your screen name? The Walsh. Well, that really narrows it down. All right. On my opponents, they're cracking a Prismatic Vista. Oh, this is my end step. I was trying to yield through the turn. Got it. Now that you are subscribed, check out ! Discord. Come join us in there. We talk about upcoming decks that are going to be on the wheel, all that type of stuff. Yep. Play an Uro just so I can go ahead. I didn't mean it. I was going to say, play an Uro so I can go ahead and concede here. I mean, I don't want to, but it's really been that kind of day. I guess this is how you speed run with ninjas. You just get horribly crushed by everybody you play. It goes a lot faster that way. It's kind of surprising. It's not necessarily a strategy I normally try. I try to stretch it out a little more. But hey. Yep. Oh, look at the top. Ooh, nice. The old Fate Seal you can keep that one. You have subbed based on... Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot more of this kind of content. You know what I'm saying? I did. That is true. Because maybe you'll just draw Prismatic Vista. Okay, at least Prismatic Vista means if they Fate Seal me and they're like, no, go ahead, keep that one, I can ship it if needed. Yep, they're checking it out again. Look at the top card of the library. Now here's the mind games. I'll say you can keep it, but what if it isn't any good? Or what if it is good? Then you outthink yourself. Okay, they did ship away a good card. Yeah. Can I put pressure on... No, because then this thing just ticks up and kills me. So, unless I can get removal to start putting the pressure on Jace. What? Alright, so they left the card on top. Gotta shuffle it up. I'll snuff that out. Beats. Counter. What do you got? Another Baleful, not Baleful Strix. Ice Hang. Nope. Nope. Even more than that. Hard cast my force on your force. Cool. Activates ability of Jace the Mind Sculptor. Chooses not to use. Well, this has been fun. Alright. So, that deck showed us basic lands, whereas we didn't see the basic lands before. Did we see Uro? I feel like I expected Uro to come. I'm just trying to remember if we saw Uro. But Uro's gotta be there, right? Maybe not with the miracles. This could bounce a Planeswalker. Maybe Planeswalker is a reason to keep it. Miracles could happen whenever. I think Strix is potentially weaker than some of the other cards, so I'll cut Strix. I saw Tropical. We saw Snow-Covered Forest and Tropical. That's how they played the Ice Fang Coatl that drew him a card, the Snow Snake. They had green for that. That's why I was presuming Uro. I mean, potentially Back to Basics could still mess them up. I don't know. I snuck one in there just so it'll be sweet. Mulligan. Can you keep the no card hand? Got some removal. Ponder and Pray. What do you got for me? A Baleful Strix and some land. So we draw the Strix. We draw a third land. Clear it. Pass turn. Ponder. Shuffled on the Ponder. Okay. Prismatic Vista underneath. Because of that, we should have taken Prismatic Vista, not the Swamp. To make sure that I have black mana. Now I will deploy this so that I have something to pick up for the Infiltrator. That is the game plan. Okay. Snake online. Send both. Snow Snake does not currently have. Okay, trade. Draw. Deploy. All right. If they get a third snowland, that might be a reason to countsy. Now, I think you counter the snake. So, we know what we're going to draw. If I need to cash in. We're going to get one draw back out. So we're going to draw a swamp. Theoretically, what I'm thinking right now is what if we would have pitched this instead so that if they go for another spell, like if they go for a force here, days wouldn't have done me any good. But how greedy could I be to brainstorm with two swamps sitting on top and try to be hopeful? All right, force negation from them, pitching a Flusterstorm. It's my turn. I'm not allowed to do that. Nice. Cool. Theoretically, maybe I do need to dig under the swamps. Yeah, don't hit F2 because you want to post-combat play stuff. Okay. Now, what will be brutal is if they like have swords to clear this Ornithopter, right? That would be terrible. Blockers. I was gonna say, like, maybe they'll forget. That'd be awesome if they forgot. Ah, we tried. Darn it all. Okay, second main. I do have a Retrofitter Foundry. Swords. Okay. So I have the ability to turn into a 4/4. And I think it makes more sense to try to play the slow servo game with this potentially saving me from like a Planeswalker effect, something here. Yeah, I was just say in going for basics. No ninjutsu. New brainstorm. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. End step. I'll try this. Try this. Try this. Force. Okay. Take 2. Sorry, take 4. Hopefully. Okay. 1 more mana, and we start our assembly operation again. All right. Okay. To deploy or not deploy? It gives me an extra 4/4. It's also unblockable versus some of the other stuff that could happen to me. Yeah, I'm just saying I don't put it out there and then they swords me or whatever, and I'll feel foolish. Ho 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 ho. What say you, opponent? Hardcast force on a changeling outcast. Tough as nails. End step. We'll make a new servo. Yeah. Okay. They could have stacked it in a way. Say they had the what's the legendary one? Let's wait till the end step there, buddy. Let's wait till the end step. Two, three, 4. 4. Put him at 5. 3, 2. Incoming 5 points. Sword. Okay. So we can generate a second 4/4, putting them at 5. Make this a 4/4. 4/4, 4/4, 1/1. Uro puts them at 5. The 1 in the air gets through. Uro eats 1. Hull Breacher gets eaten by the other one. And then I would have a Thopter and this versus an Uro at 4 life for them. And I can make chump blockers. Chump blockers that can disappear and turn into offensive threats. That seems better. Can we get a game win? Can we get our first game win in match number 3? They're going to play like Days Undoing. Joke's on you. I don't even have a hand. No big loss for me to not draw any new cards. Could they tap blue, blue? No, they only have 2 green available, so they can't have green still available with the lands they have. Opponent thinking this one through, paying some costs. Uro. Like we said, it puts them up to 5. What was funny there is it's like, oh, just draw a removal spell. You actually removed those, sir. Two, 3 to untap. 1. So you go to 4. And now I can defend myself. I can move to blocks. Or do I care? I don't think I care right now. I can take 6. You've gained your 3. That part is less relevant. How about 9 points? Sure. Have to block one of those. You'll take 5. Still had all these. I hate this game so much. Why do I keep subjecting myself to this? Mega Servo. Pay 1, Sex Servo. Githopter. Die to Uro. Pay some costs. Sure. Main phase Hull Breacher. Days Undoing. We never saw. So, Miracles. No, we saw Living Wish out of the first one. And they played. I don't know that this one. Did they play? Is this the match that they played Terminus? All I know is it ain't going well, Bob. Ain't going well. All right, let's try one more round. Because that deck has been performing more recently. You have the Hull Breacher or Narset in combination with Days Undoing to kind of reset your own hand while wiping out your opponent's hand. The other deck kind of had a Living Wish sideboard. We saw Living Wish in multiple games, but I'm just trying to think. I wrote down Bant Miracles. It was because of the Entreat the Angels. That was Entreat the Angels. And then this was Terminus. That's the difference between the two. Doot. Well, thanks for watching today, or if you're catching this later, I do take my videos and put them up on Swish Gaming's YouTube page. You can find that at !Swish in the chat. Correction, !Swish YouTube. !YouTube Swish. Hey, there we go! !YouTube Swish. That is our kind of, it's the Michigan-based, West Michigan-based team. Not only are you going to find my variety of content on there, we have different content providers putting different formats, I think a few of them even started a Commander think they brew the decks and then play the decks. And hey, if that's your thing, while you're checking out my content, make sure you check theirs out as well. Comment on the videos, like and subscribe. Round 4. We did win the die roll again. Yes, please. All right. So, keep this. Theoretically, I think we throw the Ornithopter back. Or we play the Ornithopter because it's the most easily replayable after each one versus Changeling Outcast. I think that makes more sense. That I'll be able to have attack and replay. I would not have the replay if I took the Changeling Outcast. That is a reason to do the way I did it. Which one of these makes more sense? This will draw me... They'll both draw me cards. This one will deal damage, though. True. Attack. No attacks, or I should say, no blocks. I would like to karate chop you. Okay. We now have a different potential pitch card. I like it. And they know about it, though, because of the reveal. Okay. I am going to deploy that. Just so I have mana to still pull off everything. Look at this hand go! This is a great feeling, I have to admit. When you get to do this nonsense. Casting Brainstorm from them. Okay. Trigger. I'm going to draw 2 and then put 2 cards in my hand. If I'm reading everything correctly. Could have removal here. Fatal Push. I think I can afford to recoup. Yep. Second main. Play. Turn this into a 4/4. This also would be an insane amount of triggers with Ingenious Infiltrator. Draw 2, 4, 6. bug colors with snow-covered lands? Snow-covered bug. Okay, they did not want to show me the card they were going to play. I'm just saying we won a game. No need to celebrate there, but we won a game. Okay. Against somebody who has removal, somebody that has... They have basics, we saw that. Being on the draw, which hasn't really happened yet. By my own choice. Could be a Thoughtseize, could be a Plague Engineer, just as another way. I don't know if I need removal. Maybe Thoughtseize is better to see what's going on. They have kept 7. I have mulliganed to 6. I cannot keep this hand. I will keep this hand, though. Is this too greedy? Alright, ponder for them. Welcome back. We got our first game win. We ninja'd the crap out of them. It was great. Yeah, it was. We had a whole curve. We even mulliganed. Maybe we should play Retrofitter Foundry first. That was probably smarter. Because if they see the Ornithopter, they're like, oh, I need to take that Foundry out. Green Sun Zenith. Okay. Am I going to walk into it? I think so. I think the removal is there, but we'll see. Still. Had. Brainstorm, draw 3, put 2 back. Ponder for them. Snow covered. So the questions abound. Do they have more removal? I want to see if they go for it. Okay. So I can put these on top, drawing this, counter that. Attack. Okay. End step. Make a servo. Make a servo, knowing we are drawing a new one. And then you can 1-tap, make it into a 4/4. Right? Servo into Thopter into 4/4. I'm so sick of Uro. I'm so sick of Uro. Caracas. Delightful. They have enough to bring it back. We're already dead. We're already dead. This is so annoying. So I either make a new one or convert this to a flyer. We're already dead to stupid Uro. What is black giving you over white? Because so far you have Fatal Push, which seems worse than either Swords or Prismatic Ending. Right? So I could get in. Like, I can't imagine why you wouldn't play the white cards over black. That doesn't seem to make any. Do I want to do this? Abrupt Decay. I still feel like white is better than that. I could be wrong. Okay, I was going to think about it some more, but apparently I just clicked through it, so we're doing great. Yeah, like Abrupt Decay or even Assassin's Trophy with most people playing less basics. But even then, a lot of people are playing the snow basics. I don't see it being justified enough. Maybe I'll be wrong when they play Grist the Hunger Tide. So, Unearth, and Grist the Hunger. You can cast Unearth on a Grist in your graveyard. That's pretty tricky. Sacrifice a creature. When you do, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Don't you have to target? When you sacrifice a creature this way, destroy target creature planes. Okay. That was some weird wording. Well, that kills my 4/4. Now they're going to rumble in. Okay. Can we get, what was I, one more mana? So then 2 create, send it Gris, send it you. Two, activate, make servo. Block, sacrifice, turn into the other one. Alternatively, I'm not expecting. Okay, so they'll send their attack. Give me a servo. Draw a card. Block. We have shenanigans. That's true. I believe they have Brazen Borrower to try to do some stuff. The way they started to tap that, but I could be wrong. Could just be a Leovold. Yep. Okay. Oh, right on time. So Thopters are what turns into 4/4s. They have Caracas with their multiple legendaries to run away. Blue, blue, green, black. Chase, no. Unearth Grist. Beatings continue. Crack, crack. I could also just block and change. Block, 1 and tap. Sack the servo. They have more things on their end step. This could be Brazen Borrower. Yep. So. Send both of them over there. Combat step. That's not what I meant to do. New Uro. Gain some life and Caracas back. Or not. Interesting. Jace. That's a long way to go for vigilance. I will say. A long way. I want the third flyer. Okay. Let's try this. I mean, I guess I'm glad they ate all the cards in the graveyard as they did with Uro. I feel like this is an incoming Brazen Borrower. Yep. 2, 1. Here they come. Okay. So, make I can 1, 2, 3 pay 1 life. Two, make a thing. 3 untap. Tap for me. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the sub. Stay tuned for next time. Okay, I'm at 2. Ice Fang. Could they be a not affinity? Could they be an Alurin deck? That seems weird. Plague Engineer. It's bad news. It ate my Thopters. We no longer have Thopters to save the air. Is there anything in the top 3 cards that can save me? Kinda. Alright. Block there. Take 1. Block, block. I don't know, I'm just trying to hang on for dear life. I feel like it's worth a shot. 1 removal spell, and this all falls apart, though. Or a Brainstorm. Oh, good. Imagine if we had not yet killed Leovold, and they're just like, Brainstorm? Yeah, sure, dude. Plague Engineer. Now, is Plague Engineer good enough to be better than white cards? I would say no. This is the other one, though. Witherbloom Command has been seeing more play lately. The options on Witherbloom Command. I don't know that they're necessarily worth it, but it is a bigger variety of things. So they seem a lot more creature based that I don't think Fluster is what I want. I think Surgical, because we saw the Uros again, and we keep freaking losing to Uro. They have too much of a variety of things for, I think, Back to Basics to be worth it, but potentially Days could come back in now. Yeah, they have Brazen Bar, or there are things that could be Brazen Bar Road, but I don't know if they're good enough. And this only kills non-black creatures, but there still are a good amount of those. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can salvage a match win here. Hey, I'm not too optimistic, but I'd like to be. Big bucks, no whammies. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. We've won the die roll. On the play. I could look at all like no. We have removal. So I think it makes just flat out the most sense to go get the Changeling Outcast on board. And Thoughts and Prayers. That's a good draw. Because if any of these ones they want to kill, I turn them into 4/4s. Yeah, I think this is the first one if they don't do anything here. All right, team go. Take 5. And with Retrofitter eating the Changeling Outcast, we can actually get up to kicked Fatal Push, if that's the term I want to use. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Target creature gets -3/-1. Okay, so sacrifice a Thopter. A lot of options on there. Target player mills 3 cards. You may return a land. Destroy target non-creature, non-land 2 or less. -3/-1. Drain 2. Fatal Push for them. Resolves. My turn. Okay, so we're going to hit a swamp. Let's deploy the swamp. And we have Murderous Cut available. There's 2 more Infiltrators on top of the library. Uh-huh. There are 2 more Infiltrators. Yeah, we were criticizing the black splash instead of white because we played against 2 Bant decks already. But perhaps Witherbloom Command is enough. What is this? This is a Green Sun Zenith. It is a Green Sun Zenith. I kind of want a Surgical myself to not draw the card on top, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. They also have Leovold. Leovold is not something you would normally see. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. But you just wait. You just wait. I'm coming for you. Yeah, I think Grist is also Grist is also something that's a little bit more powerful than I've given it credit to. We can almost cast those Infiltrators. How do I sacrifice something to get this Fatal Push? We're going to hard cast an Infiltrator. Go to the graveyard. Is there a chance for me to... That seems ambitious. Well, they needed the hard cast force. Brainstorm resolves. Then Uro comes back next turn, and we lose a third league to Uro. Third league, third match. Right on time. Just right on time. This is the funny part. I could force this. They almost have enough to just run it back. All they have to do is... No, they don't even have to find the land. Carpet gives them the mana. They now have 5 cards. They just rebuy it. Second main. Or, sorry, attack for 3. Oh, hold on. Not enough. I'll Jace first. Let me just Jace real quick. Now I'll attack. Into your handful. Not so ingenious now, are ya? Second main, get a little green mana. Uro it up a little. Didn't even need to sacrifice that, just showing off now. Green over there, blue, blue. Yep. Try. Nice. Nice. Well, this one did not go so well, and I don't necessarily want to play another match. If we're at 0-4, the best we can get to is a 1-4, which doesn't pay any prize out, but potentially steals a match win from somebody else who, for whatever reason, like they're playing. I don't necessarily feel that's fair. So, yeah, I think this maybe needs to get added to the list of maybe do not play. There have been a couple things that have spun up on the wheel, and they are so... I don't know. That's not true, because they've come up before, and the fastest turtle in the West, okay, Yadaro, or like using standstill in general. It's just so poorly positioned that it's hard to enjoy playing it as everybody beats you down repeatedly. And it's kind of the same case here. I went looking for recent finishes with ninjas, and they don't exist. And a lot of that is the focus on Blue-Red Delver and putting out that early threat and then backing it up. That's what we're trying to do. We are just doing it worse than Blue-Red Delver. And not only that, everyone's focus on Blue-Red Delver has meant they need to be able to withstand early pressure or be able to have spot removal. And the reason that people have targeted that deck, I think, makes it poor for ninjas. So maybe it's not a case of, oh, well, we did bad, we'll never play ninjas again. No, I think it's a smarter thing to say is, okay, this has been chosen. How does that really sit in the meta right now? Because I don't think it would be a good idea. And then maybe, if they're dead set on seeing ninjas, well, they've spent their hard-earned somebody else's Amazon money, and maybe we owe it to them. So, thanks for watching today. I'm sorry I couldn't get you a match win, but I got you a game win. So, that's better than we've seen some other times. But next week's schedule, Green Sun Zenith. I think I want to get a little weird with it. I don't we've done Nick Fid and we've done different things like that. I think I want to try to maybe play the Yorion Green Sun list. It has been top 8ing. That's a case of a deck maybe being a little bit better positioned, and we'll see what we can do with that. So, take care, everybody. Thank you, Team Swish. Thank you, Mana Traders, for sponsoring the stream. I really do appreciate you. And I guess we'll see you next time if I can figure out. There it is. Good night.